Are you feeling unsatisfied with your life right now? Constantly feeling burnout from all the hustling, yet everyone around seems to be doing better than you? Or are you dealing with some kind of difficulty or setback right now? And even though you're putting in the hard work, things just doesn't feel right? Well, I have been there before. I was a workaholic and work has always been my main identity. I worked late nights and weekends, and eventually I got my dream job at Google. But 6 months ago, my entire world came crashing down when Google laid me off. But instead of panicking, I followed a series of actions and habits over the next 6 months, which led me to creating this YouTube channel, starting my own business, becoming a public speaker, and being featured on numerous news websites. You can become unrecognizable in just 6 months. It's not as difficult as you think, and you can level up and get yourself closer to all your goals. Let's get your transformation started. The power of tiny changes. Having a better life and achieving all your goals does not require you to make big, drastic changes. In fact, you are more likely to hit your goals with small daily habits. In the bestseller book Atomic Habits, the author James Clear highlighted how tiny gains made every single day will drastically change your life over time. So if you improve yourself by 1% every single day, you would have become better by 3,700% in just 1 year. Whether is it losing weight or starting a business, we often put the pressure on ourselves to making some massive improvement that everyone can notice right away. While this may sound good in theory, it often results in burnout, and we often get frustrated, demotivated, and we simply give up. So the key here is to break your goal into tiny little habits. In my case of starting this YouTube video after I got laid off, instead of pressuring myself to create the best video to get millions of views, I simply whipped out my phone and I started recording. Looking back, my video quality was terrible, my audio was embarrassing, and all my videos were far from something that I will be proud of. But by sticking to making one video every few weeks and putting myself out there, I learned something to make my videos 1% better every day and to get more people like you interested in watching my video. Another thing about starting small is that you actually don't need a lot of money to get started. For creating this video that you're watching right now, I'm actually using my own phone. I didn't get any professional equipment, and all I got was this lighting box and this microphone, and everything cost me less than $100 on Amazon. Finding your keystone habit. Keystone habits refer to that one habit that will trigger a domino effect of multiple positive changes in your life. For example, if you started exercising more often, you will end up sleeping better and eating better. That in turn gives you more energy to perform better at work too. The key here is for you to find your easiest habit to kickstart first. In my case, it was indeed exercising. So every morning, I will go for a run just for 10 minutes. I usually go to the gym because it's more comfortable, but outdoor running is good too if that works for you. Initially, I really hated it because I just wanted to stay in bed and feel sorry for myself because I just got laid off. But after forcing myself to run for about just 2 weeks, something started to change in me. I found myself being more positive and optimistic. I also became more confident, and suddenly, the idea of starting my own YouTube channel and becoming a public speaker didn't seem so difficult. So the magic here is not to start on too many new things. Just find your easiest habit and start with that. If you're someone who already likes sports, then just exercise every day for 10 minutes. And if you're someone who likes food and enjoy cooking, then try meal prepping every weekend so that you can eat better. Surrounding yourself with the right people. You may have heard of this quote before, that you are the average of your 5 closest friends. Whether we like it or not, we are greatly influenced by the people closest to us. Start by reviewing your 5 best friends. If you tell them today that you want to improve yourself, will they support you and even hold you accountable? Or will they just put you down and discourage you from starting? Are your 5 closest friends also people who are positive and constantly looking to improve themselves, which in turn motivates you to do better yourself too? When I was laid off, I found myself surrounded by negativity. Everyone around me was already feeling down because they were either laid off or they were just worried and speculating about the next layoff. I realized I needed to find a different group of people who are more positive and supportive. But at my age, it's very difficult to make new friends. So that's when I turned to the internet. I started to join groups online and follow other YouTube channels that I thought were more encouraging and kind. That said, it's also just as important for you to stay away from people and things that no longer serve you. Let me ask you, do you have that one friend who's always undermining you? If you're going through a tough time, this one friend of yours will either not listen to you or just dismiss your suffering and just tell you your life ain't that bad, mine's worse, and they just proceed to share about their problems instead. If so, perhaps it's time for you to stay away from such people. You don't need to be mean or rude, you just need to keep a distance from them. In my case, I used to love drinking because it was an escape from my own insecurity. So instead of facing my own problems, I would join my drinking buddies to drown our sorrows away. But when I eventually started my keystone habit of exercising, I found myself drifting away from them. I wasn't mean and I didn't think that I was better than them, but the act of just drinking no longer appeals to me, and I'm happy to share with you that over this last 6 months, I'm completely sober. Next up to transferring yourself is to acquire a high-paying skill in the next 6 months. Growing up, my parents and teachers would always encourage me to pursue a high-paying job. They would always tell me, if you have a high-paying job, your life will be so much easier. Now that I'm older, I realized that even though they meant well, that wasn't the best advice. They should have told me to pursue a high-paying skill instead of a high-paying job. The difference is that we can lose a high-paying job, but with a high-paying skill, we will always be in demand. And in my case, I definitely lost a high-paying job when I got laid off by Google, and that definitely sucked. And at that moment, it was very tempting for me to stay in my comfort zone and find another high-paying job, preferably in the same tech industry. Instead, I decided to pivot and pursue high-paying skills such as video production, video editing, and social media marketing. This has allowed me to build up this YouTube channel bit by bit over the last 6 months, and it has helped me reach out to new audiences and new customers from all over the world. So consider pursuing a high-paying skill over the next 6 months. Current ones that are in demand include AI, data science, business development, and sales. And the best part is that you can learn most, if not all, the skills out there right here on YouTube for free. If at this point you're thinking to yourself, I can't learn a new skill, I want to assure you that you can. Question yourself and ask yourself, why do you think this way? If you dig deep enough, you will realize that it's likely because you have some self-limiting beliefs. And again, this may come from our parents or our teachers that told us when we were really young that we're not good at this or we're not talented in that. Well, this next 6 months is the perfect time for you to lose that self-limiting belief, pursue a new skill, and become unrecognizable. The 99-1 rule. So this 99-1 rule is to do the things that the 99% of people won't want to do so that you can become the top 1% in your chosen field. When I wanted to bounce back after being laid off, I have to find a way to motivate myself, even though 99% of the people in that situation will just be negative and give up. Wake up and exercise when most people are still sleeping. Learn a new skill when most people are relaxing, and speak up when most people prefer to keep quiet. Lastly, making it fun. What's the point of improving yourself if it means putting yourself under so much pressure and you can't even enjoy yourself? You can make this 6 months fun by first sharing your goals with other people. When I started this YouTube channel, my first immediate emotion was fear. I also started to worry what my family, my friends, or even my ex-colleagues would think of me. To snap out of that negative spiral, I went to seek out other content creators who were also starting their YouTube channel, and we started to share tips and learn from each other. The next thing you can do to make the next 6 months more fun is to reward yourself. You should include milestones and reward yourself with it. And ideally, your reward should bring you closer to your goal as well. For example, if your goal is to become more healthy, then after running consecutively for 1 month, you can reward yourself with a brand new pair of running shoes. In my case, I told myself that once I post my 10th YouTube video, I will reward myself with a better camera instead of just using my personal phone right now. So please like and subscribe to this channel so that I can reward myself with a new camera and produce better videos for you soon. So there you have it. These are the key steps in changing your life. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, You will also enjoy this video where I share with you the 5 harsh truths I've learned after being laid off from Google. Please subscribe to my channel and take care.